Hello, everyone. How have you been doing? I've missed you. I've been doing fine. I'm doing well. Uh, Summer's here, so not my favorite time of the year, but I know it is most people. So enjoy it. Enjoy the warm days. Um, I'm going to be enjoying some extremely warm days at the 4th of July. My second son, who moved down to Texas. Now, my first one who moved down there is in San Antonio. This one moved to Dallas, or the Dallas area. And so he invited us down for a housewarming and, celebration. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I did tell him I probably won't leave the house much because I'm not, a heat loving kind of girl. And I checked the weather the other night. What was it, like 7:30 at night? And Dallas was still at 90. And San Antonio, holy cow, they were at 97. Oh, I love how you people can handle that. I mean, I just can't. But I have mad respect for those of you that can. I just prefer the cold weather. Doesn't bother me. I know I'm the anomaly in the group. But that's okay. That's okay. We all got to be a little different, right? Let's see what else is going on. Little baby Lincoln is doing really well. The baby you guys were praying so much for, which I greatly appreciate. He's still, on the small side, but he's trying to catch up. He's doing his best. He's smiling and laughing now, and it's so adorable. It's just wonderful. And let's see what else is going on. Well, news-wise, kind of, sort of. What do you think of this inflation in the gas? Holy mackerel! I completely understand how there's other countries out there that have paid a lot more for their gas than we have all along. But I think Americans drive a lot more, because everything's so spread out. It's really not unheard of for a lot of people to drive an hour or more to get to work, So for gas to be that high, and I don't know when it's supposed to come back down, who knows? My tip for that is never let your tank go let it get down less than halfway. And I've been doing that for years. Simply, I think I started that years ago because when the last 3 children were still at home, they liked to borrow mom's car and leave it on fumes. That did not work with me at all. In fact, my husband Paul would do the same thing. Him, I figured out though, because he always brought the vehicles home on empty because he loved going to the gas station in the morning, getting coffee and snacks and all kinds of things. So that was his excuse to stop. But them, no, I think they were just being cheap, or, mom can afford it. Well, mom could, but I didn't want to stop for gas all the time, especially when I'm not the one who used it. Anyhow, now when it's expensive and you get massive sticker shock when you fill up your car, truck, whatever it is you're driving, I only do a half a tank, so it's a psychological thing. But I have cut down on my driving. I mean, I'm not one to drive just for the fun of it, but I have really condensed trips. Like I won't, go and drive 10 miles just for one thing now. It has to be a few different things. It has to be worthwhile, and the inflation, oh boy, I don't know how some of these young families are doing it, or, a lot of people who are on a really limited income, because everything has gone up. Everything. I mean, I can't think of anything that hasn't gone up, that's stayed the same price. It hasn't. And that even when things go back to normal, all them grocery store prices, they're not going to come down. They'll stick with that price. And I already see they're going even further with making some items smaller, yet charging more. It's incredible. So that too, gotta stay home and cook your own meals. And you gotta buy what's on sale and that week and then cook with that, as opposed to, what you feel like. I know Americans have always had kind of cheap food compared to other places in the world, but it's still a shock, with, you have a set amount in your head what you're going to spend monthly on your bills and your food and housing and all of that. And so it becomes a shock when your money stays the same, your income stays the same, but everything else goes up. My son and I were looking at possibly moving to a different apartment or a house. No way. Holy mackerel. Has that gone up in price? I mean, first of all, there's just not a lot to choose from. So I think a lot of people are staying put. And what is out there is really expensive. So even though the apartment we live in isn't cheap by any means, to move somewhere else would cost more. So we're staying put, which is fine with me because I really don't like moving, especially if I don't have to. But it's just, I thought about it since January. The only bill I have that has gone down has been my insurance, my car insurance. My insurance carrier called me, I want to say back in February, telling me he wanted to switch companies and whatnot. And I said, yeah, okay. I mean, if it's going to save me money, sure. Well, I went from $91 to a month to $60. So that was awesome. That's a great savings. And twice now, my cell phone company has texted me saying I used such a small amount of data that they were going to reduce my bill. And I didn't notice it on last month's bill when they said they were going to do that. So, I mean, I'm not seeing it. So maybe their idea is they reduced it by a couple dollars, but a new fee was added or taxes are higher or something like that. So I'm not counting that. So how have you guys been doing? I mean, there's a lot going on in the world. It's very stressful, very stressful. But then we still have our family lives and our work lives and all of that going on. So, have you been feeling the squeeze? I feel like probably the less income you have, the more you're feeling it. And isn't that always the case? But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, like myself, where even if I'm not feeling it the worst, I can really empathize with those who are. I have been there, and I still know people who are there. And so, it's really rough. If you got any tips to share on, saving some money in whatever way, maybe activities for kids, or mini vacation, or gas, or groceries, or home improvements, whatever it is. Please feel free to share them down in comments. That would be awesome of you. And then let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. I mean, I don't know if it really matters or not, but all these years that I was doing videos, I never rewatch any of my videos. I mean, why would I watch myself? But every once in a blue moon, I will get questions on some of my older videos, and I'm not really sure maybe what they're talking about. So then I do have to rewatch it. And wow, I have a lot of videos, but one of them I came across that was in my mind. Oh, geez, it was so hot, and that's probably why it stuck in my head so much. I want to say it was 2017, and I did a video in the woods on how to make a single-person shelter with a tarp. And I still think that's a great idea. I mean, if you're traveling you're camping, you're hiking, you're on a motorcycle, whatever, it's a great video, I think. But it was so hot and so buggy when I was filming that. Oh, it was terrible. And I sit here and think now, wow, what if you had to do that now? Would you still do it? And I'm like, yeah, I probably would, because I do see it as very helpful information. So if you haven't checked out the videos, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a couple you've maybe missed. But on my channel, go look at the playlist. There's so many different videos to look at. Or, if you're looking for a recipe or canning or stuff with animals. The animal videos are usually probably some of my oldest videos, because I quit raising them shortly before we moved to the cabin, and we weren't gonna get any more until about a year after we were there, and didn't make it. But go ahead and check them out. There's a lot of stuff with herbs and oils and all that stuff too. Anyhow, that's my update. And I did it because so many of you said in the last video that you would like me to come on every now and then and give you a little update. So I did. I hope this video finds you well. That's my main goal. I hope you all are doing good. So anyways, it was nice talking to you. And you take care.